The following announcement has been paid for by Perched on the Top Rope.
I see you. This is Perched on the top rope, and I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you!
Welcome, everyone, to Perched on the Top Rope. I am your host, Lee Walker, and making his return back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, Ahron is back with us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a while. Kind of feels kind of weird too to record because I'm in a new space, and I can't remember the last time I was on camera.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, and I love the new setup so far, though, especially with the knives and the swords in the background and everything.
No, those are all swords. It's katana, a long sword, and the elder wand. I just got it. I didn't put it in its own rack yet.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I like it so far. I like the color too. I like the green.
Yeah,
like
this is my favorite color. Even though I hate the Eagles, I'm a staunch Giant fan. Green's my favorite color. So that was we just built the house and we just moved in beginning of September. I was like, I don't give a shit what you do to the house. I don't care. I just want my office to be green. That's all I want. And it's crazy because they fucked up and painted our master bedroom green. And so everybody thought she was gonna be pissed about it. They had to redo it and everything. And she was like, actually, I kind of fucking love it. So our master bedroom and this room are the same color.
Heck yeah. I like it. I like it. I love green. Green's my favorite color too, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Giants fan. I'm a Bills fan.
So, well, it's the same thing. We're blue and red, and our favorite color is green, like the Eagles.
That's right. I don't know if you've been paying attention as far as, what's going on fully in wrestling and everything like that. Yeah. I got to go to Madison Square Garden this past Monday for Raw. Totally awesome.
That's my last thing I have to do at the Garden. I've seen Jordan play there. I've seen the Knicks a few times. I've been to both Yankee stadiums. I haven't been to MetLife yet to a game, but I did a tour. But yeah, that's my one thing I need to do left on my list is to see wrestling at the Garden.
Dude, you got to do it. It was my first time. It was amazing.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. Dude, it was
my family's from New York, even though I live in Ohio, but that's why. And we used to go there every summer and pick my older brother up to bring him to Ohio. We'd always go to a game or something when we were there in the summers. That's why I haven't been to the football stadiums yet because they weren't fucking playing when we went in there. But
dude, that's incredible. I love that. I
love arguing with these people on the internet because I look like they don't realize how old I am, and I have to tell people I've seen Mike play in the Garden. I didn't watch YouTube skits or anything like that. I saw it in person. Might have been for the nosebleeds. He might have been this fucking tall, but I've seen Jordan play in the Garden.
I'm jealous you got to see Jordan play. That's awesome.
Fuck him. I hated him. I'm a Knicks fan. What do you mean?
I was a Knicks fan too. I mean, it's Jordan though.
No, he's not my GOAT. Despite the pure hatred I have for him, it just doesn't. I don't like comparing him because he was playing plumbers and construction workers, and these dudes that in this day and age in the NBA are bigger, taller, faster, stronger. Like LeBron would have been a center if he played when MJ played.
You're right. Different generations.
Same size as Alonzo Mourning.
I think we can say that when it comes to any sport, when you look at past
I hate I hate the comparisons because they couldn't play in our area. Yes, you couldn't play with them. These dudes y'all smoking cigars and getting fucked up before the game and stuff. And these dudes are putting millions of dollars in their body. You old fucks wouldn't make it halfway through the game with these dudes now.
Yeah, you'd see Babe Ruth smoking cigars and drinking bourbon in the dugout.
Literally in the dugout.
Yeah, for crying out loud, man. Freaking crazy. So it comes to WWE and something that happens with every superstar. That at some point they're going to retire. If I went back to 2002, to 17-year-old myself and said, hey, do you think in 2025 John Cena is going to retire? I'm not even thinking about 2025.
Nah. Shit, he didn't debut till 2002, did he? Or was it 2001? I always forget which one
It was 02.
Oh, two, yeah. I didn't
So
realize you were that we were that close in age. I thought you were younger than me like everybody else is. I was that was my senior year of high school.
yeah, now I'm one of the old guys. I'm one of the older guys in the group. I'm one of the older ones.
Me and you are though. We're both you're
Yeah,
41, right?
yeah.
About to be 41.
I 41 October 4th.
I turned 41 on August 9th.
Yeah, so we're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd watch. I remember watching his debut. Smacking Kurt Angle across the face, all
Mhm.
of that, and never in a million years, or at least in 20 some odd years, would I be thinking that John Cena is going to retire. And I have to admit, out of all the wrestlers that I have watched over these years, I have never seen a retirement tour or even to the likes of the Last Time Is Now tournament for the John Cena's final opponent at Saturday
Yeah.
Night Main Event, December 13th. I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
That's because there's only been two people. There's only been another person like him, and that's Hogan. That's why, like when we were talking about before, like I agree. I don't like any of it. I think it's bullshit. But because of what he means to this era of wrestling and the era that he really took control of when it fucking sucked and it was PG-13, like I understand it from that point of view, and like that's why I'm okay with it. But honestly, I've never liked John Cena. I never have.
Yeah, so I actually had a period where I stopped watching wrestling, and I remember Cena's debut and everything, and I had stopped watching and I started watching again in 2008. So there's like 6 years where I miss a lot of John
Yeah.
Cena stuff.
Which to me, that's his best run, the Dr. Thugonomics shit before he turned the kid superhero. But the thing
Yeah,
why I never liked him and what I noticed, like even as a kid, well, not really a kid, but a young adult, like he was being a black person when they could have just had a black person do what he was doing. And that's why I've never, like, I've grown to appreciate John Cena for what he meant. And like, I'm one of the only people in our group that I never stopped watching wrestling. Like, I'm 40 years old and I've been watching since I was 5 years old. My mom worked for Time Warner, so I got all the pay-per-views for free. And like when the TiVo boxes were coming out, they had us testing, and the only person that watched wrestling on the floor was me. So I got every single fucking pay-per-view free, ECW, WCW, all of them. So like I never stopped watching. But like to me, even then, I thought that like he's just being a black dude. Like what? You got fucking awesome black dudes on the roster. Why aren't you letting them be themselves? Because that's how most of them probably are in real life anyway. Why won't you just let them do this? And like so, like even then, like that's why I've never, like I said, I appreciate John Cena for what he is and who he is, but like I've never been a fan of his because of that. And like I know, oh, Ahron's pulling the race card, but like seriously, like especially the Doctor of Thugonomics shit. Not so much when he turned into the superhero, but the Doctor of Thugonomics shit. That was fucking me in 2002. Fucking Mitchell and S jerseys, fitted hats and Tims and shit. That was literally what I was on at that same exact time.
for how Ron Killings is, that had his spot all day. He can rap. He's doing like country music with rap now.
It was
Like
his songs are fire. Like my girlfriend is in
yeah,
love with his country stuff.
yeah. I saw him in Binghamton, New York. Man, it's amazing. Like
Yeah,
I'm not a country music guy, to be honest with
neither
you,
am
but
I.
like
No, not at all.
it's good. Like
Yeah,
I was astonished. I was like, oh,
I thought it
I
was
hope
like Shabuzi or somebody when she started playing it. She's
right.
like, "You're not. No, you're not. It's not. It's fucking Ron Killing. It's the truth." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" And she showed me. I guess she saw it on TikTok or something or whatever. And yeah, like so she loves all the songs.
That could have been him, and they even had him like rapping. Even when he was K Quick with Road Dog.
And that's another thing too. Like he was actually cool back then. He's still doing the same shit now. So now he's like your uncle that's fucking still fucking corny and shit, trying to act like he's young and shit, hanging out with the nephews and shit. But like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Shad and them, Crime Time, fucking the Nation of Domination, D-Lo, The Rock. Like you had black people, black dudes that could have played that role.
Yeah, in Crime Time, I don't know if you remember this or not, but they used a lot of stereotypes, and they even made
Yeah,
it a point on WWE.com to be like, hey, we're gonna be using racial stereotypes, but we're gonna do it in kind of a funny way, like Saturday Night Live kind of skits. This is literally what was on
yeah.
WWE.com as like almost like a pre-warning to let people know, like, don't get mad about this. This is not how we feel. This is just characters they're playing. But like they could have done that. They could one of Shattered JTG. They could have been Doctor Thugonomics. You had
Right.
Ron Killings. You bring up the great point. There was plenty of black talent on the roster to be that.
And then the worst part about that is them doing that disclaimer. They didn't need to, because the one time you might have had a chance to actually grab minorities, that was us. Whether you were stereotyping or not, that how they dressed, how they talked, all of that, which is why John Cena fit in with him, because he was pretty much still in the shit that they were doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a chance to grab a whole demographic that, quite honestly, they still haven't been able to grab and keep hold of. Because like I think one or two like real black wrestlers that are good that I could like cheer for it and like, hey, they look like me, like, and that's it's shitty to me. Like this far in, what? How many black champions have we had? What, like three?
Yeah, not
Even though
many.
The Rock claims he's not black, which is bullshit. But other than that, yeah, like John Cena is the closest one we ever had to having a black champion, and that's why I've always hated it. And like I just like I couldn't get down with it as much as I love the freestyles and shit and the jerseys and shit. Like I said, his entire dress was how I dressed back then. Them big ass
Yeah.
fucking Mitchell and Ness jerseys, New York fitted Tims with shorts and all that shit. That's literally how I dress. And then this white dude, Marky Mark, is doing it on TV.
A wannabe Marky Mark at that.
And I
Oh,
know when you say that, and honestly, like like I said, as much as I hate it, his fucking raps, the album, kind of fucking bangers. Like I'm not even gonna like as much as I hate the shit and like I don't want to participate in this shit, but like I'm not gonna lie, them rap songs are fucking fire.
the album's pretty good. You know who else I give credit for doing a rap album, and people kind of laugh at me when I say it? Macho Man Randy Savage, because it's totally unlike him.
And the beats he had, like he sucked, he did. But
Yeah,
whoever was doing his fucking beats on that thing, they wasn't
had
fucking
it.
around. And you could tell that was somebody that really loved Macho Man growing up. Was like, I'm gonna give my dude the best shit I got.
Yeah, for real. Oh my
And
god.
that's the thing too. Like, as a black person, like I don't think people in wrestling, because wrestling's such a toxic fucking. Let's be honest, it can be racist a lot at times with fans, but wrestlers they don't understand how much wrestlers influence us black kids. You know what I'm saying? Like Razor Ramon in the hood with that chain on and shit. That pick is fucking iconic. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Ric Flair. How many fucking songs do people got about Ric Flair?
a lot.
The Migos fucking rapping about Undertaker and Kurt Angle and shit, ankle like a bitch like Kurt Angle and shit. Like wrestling did mold. It was a huge part of a lot of black kids' life because our grandmothers loved it because they were from the South and it was like their stories. That's how
Yeah.
I got into wrestling. My grandmother was into wrestling because it came on right before her stories. She called me. She's like, "It's the same thing, baby. They just hitting each other," and I've been hooked ever since.
I love that. uh, so, John Cena announces this tournament, right? It's the last time is now. And me personally, I'm going to go down the list of all the names, aside from the two who were like the surprises.
Mm.
You had Rusev that took on Damian Priest, Shaman taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, Jey Uso taking on The Miz, LA Knight against a mystery opponent, Javon Evans versus Gunther, Solo Sikoa had a mystery opponent, and then we have two matches that haven't happened yet. So fans,
Yeah.
when you're watching this, those matches might have already happened by the time you watch this. So we have Finn Balor versus Penta and Carmelo Hayes taking on Bronson Reed. Now, I got to ask you, RN, You said you have not stopped watching wrestling once. Out of all those names I listed, Cena did say there's going to be, people he's never wrestled, people from NXT,
Mhm.
and even some surprises in there. Do you think we got what he called for?
Yes and no. Like, and it's what WWE always does. Like they always they give you these big delusions of grandeur and shit. And they only go halfway. Like they gave us one NXT person. The two surprises. I mean, Dolph Ziggler was a dope surprise, but like everybody else is old motherfuckers except for fucking Mello. I understand like those are his opponents. Like in Rusev winning, like that was a no brainer to me. I knew he was gonna win that because he's one of John Cena's bigger opponents for the U.S. title. Like, and that's
Yeah.
what I expected it to be. And like the Miz, I wish the Miz had won because to me, I think he's the most deserving. If I had to pick an old guy, I'd pick the Miz. But I think they're just setting it up for Gunther to win, especially like you said, we said with the black person thing, like Javon Evans would have been perfect for this slot. He's young. He's hip. You know what I'm saying? Like people get older people and younger people get it. Like everybody loves him. This would have been something to throw him to fucking shoot him to the fucking moon. But again, like I
Dude,
said, they always half step everything.
dude, he had a banger with Leon Slater at Bound for
Yeah.
Glory. Amazing
Yes.
match. And apparently NXT had to do with how that match went, which explains why the match ended the way it did. And that was a terrible way. They should not have ended that match the way they did. Um, I'm glad that you brought up some of these names that you brought up. Like, Rusev and Sheamus have some history with Cena. The Miz 100% should have defeated Jey Uso. I don't care what anyone says. If I had to pick all the names that were there, The Miz has probably the most history. Main evented WrestleMania with John Cena. Like, none of those
And
other names up.
it's not even that he has the most history, it's that he has the most significant moments.
Yeah, with
Because they
Cena.
didn't feud a long time, but like you said, it was a WrestleMania fucking match and he won.
Yeah, in the main event.
How many people can you name that? How many people can you name that beat John Cena at a WrestleMania? What is it?
Well, there
Triple
is.
H and Miz. That's it, ain't it?
Yeah, there isn't a single one on this list that
And
got that chance.
both heels, by the way, too.
Yeah, and so the LA Knight and his mystery opponent was Zack Ryder, and that took place in Albany, New York, which I was supposed to go to, and I missed that. So you probably would have saw me on TV because I probably would have been the only one screaming their head off like a maniac, jumping up and down like a schoolgirl who just
I,
saw NSYNC for the first time.
if it was on
I mean?
SmackDown, I probably didn't see it because I literally almost never get to watch SmackDown.
So I will admit Zack Ryder did come out they played like the more deaf rebel of his themes.
Yeah,
They play the older one, which the older one I feel like people would have resonated with more.
yeah.
And he didn't really get a pop from the crowd when his music hit. There wasn't really a pop at all for him, which surprised me. But I feel like
Why
they
would
should
it
have saved.
surprise you? Like he wasn't a guy like that when he left. He
No,
became a guy afterwards.
yeah, but what they should have done to get Zack Ryder that pop, they should have done a reversal, and it should have been Zack Ryder at Madison Square Garden because that's much closer to Long Island.
Exactly.
After all, he was the
Yeah.
Long Island Iced Z, and
Right.
they didn't do that. He would have gotten a bigger pop. Dolph Ziggler would have gotten a pop no matter
You know
where
what?
he
And
was.
that's kind of my point of what I'm saying. Like he's an internet guy. He was a shitty mid carder for real when he left, but then with the using the internet title and all that other shit, so like he's kind of like an indie darling. So like a main show like SmackDown is gonna have casuals and you know what I'm saying, people that aren't really hip to wrestling as a whole. So that's why he didn't get a pop. Like I mean, that's perfectly understandable, honestly. Like they dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, they should have had him at Madison Square Garden, so close to Long Island.
Yeah.
The fans would have loved that. Madison Square Garden would have loved that because Dolph Ziggler gets a pop no matter what, and he had a really good pop at Madison Square Garden. I won't deny that. I just feel like if they would have switched the matches, and by the way, I'm not happy that both of them lost. Like you have only two surprises in this whole tournament, and you have them both lose in the first round. one of them should have at least advanced into the second round, into the quarterfinals.
Is Zack Ryder signed, or is he still like?
No, he has
That's
a
why.
merch.
Like,
He's
I
got a
don't
merch
mind that.
deal. He's got a merch deal. He's not even signed with TNA, where I believe Dolph, or
Dolph
as he
is
goes,
signed. That's what I was saying.
yeah,
Like Nick or whatever. But no, that's why I don't mind that. Like, and you know how WWE is. They're never gonna fully put over someone else that they're working with. So like to me, like yes, I agree. Especially Dolph. I think Dolph should have went deeper. But like I get it, and I'm not mad at that part of it because they're from two separate businesses, and neither one of them really signed. So you don't gain much from them advancing so far because all you're going to do is hype up the other people, and it's not really doing anything for you because after the tournament they're going back to where they came from.
yeah. And the only thing I'm seeing realistically out of this tournament is we're looking at more higher upper mid card WWE people to,
Yeah,
be in this tournament for namesake. That's what it is. It's namesake.
yeah.
And I found this interesting. We got Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler as the surprises. You had brought up like how WWE hypes everything up, and we end up getting some half-ass stuff, right?
Right.
Well, Tony Khan was on Ariel Helwani's show, right, the other day, and he said that WWE did not reach out to try and get Adam Copeland Edge to be in the tournament. Now, if I was
That doesn't surprise
WWE,
me.
right, it doesn't surprise me either. But if I was WWE, that's someone I would have reached out for and tried to work something out with AEW on that end. But obviously
Well,
that
they
didn't happen.
couldn't
No.
because to
And,
them it's like a sign of weakness because TKO is on some squash type shit. Like, and I love how everybody blames Triple H for everything when clearly he's not the one in charge. He's not making these
no,
decisions.
no,
Like, but of course he gets blamed for everything.
we've seen how TKO is running things. Just
Right.
I think it's more of them than him, because I think if it was just him, I think we would probably see WWE in a little better situation, and I think this tournament would probably be a little better too, to be honest with you.
And I think it would have included other federations and stuff too, because Triple H has shown, like, that's the part I hate when everybody blames him for everything. He's shown that he will make minorities champion. He's shown that he wants women to be on the star. He's shown that he's willing to work with other promotions. So now why all of a sudden when he's got the keys to the fucking car, why does everybody think he's locking all the doors, not letting anybody in now all of a sudden? Like it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense. Like that's to me, that's how I know casuals and how I know people that TKO is running. Because like I don't understand how everybody just completely forgets how Triple H ran NXT. First women's main event, numerous black champions, all of this shit. Like how is he getting blamed for shit that he's done his entire career up until he took over as chief creative officer? Like I don't know. I never could get that or understand that.
there's a lot more working behind the scenes that we really get to see, and I think it's kind of hard to blame Triple H. Well, yeah, he had the keys to the car, but I think he only started it because my honest opinion is he's sitting in the passenger seat. He's not driving.
No,
TKO is
he's listening.
driving
He's
that.
listening to the GPS. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
That's what I'm on. He's listening to the GPS, and when taking the way the GPS goes, instead of trying to go to shortcuts that you know or this quicker way that you know, no, I'm sticking to the roadmap.
yeah, and it is what it is. Uh, Out of the two matches though that are still left, which is Finn Balor and Penta and Carmelo and Bronson on SmackDown, do you see any twists in any of these matches,
I think Carmelo's gonna win.
bro? Yeah,
At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's how it is. And like the thing that pisses me off too is like all these people are Triple H's guys. Like he's the
yeah,
reason why you know who any of them are. So like why
yeah,
like why would he do his best not to keep propping them up? Like just look at the main events of WrestleMania. Those are all his guys except for Cody.
yeah,
They all the top guys are his guys except for the Usos and fucking Cody and CM Punk. My bad, three of them. But everyone else, Seth, fucking Shinsuke, fucking Finn, all these people are his guys. Like, so it's like Mello, shit. Like I said, Mello, actual black champion that's not shucking and jiving for these white folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all his people.
I think that, or at least what I hope, for the Bronson and Carmelo match is that there's outside interference that cost Bronson the match.
It's going to be something to do with War Games that cost him.
Yeah,
That's what I've thought.
I think for him it's way too close with War Games, and I think it's it happen if it happens, it's a great swerve. I'll be ecstatic because I would like to see uh somebody in this tournament that is not one of those upper higher mid card kind of guys, where at least
Right.
this is someone that, like, if I look at the list of names in here, I would like to see like Carmelo. I would have liked to have seen Javon Evans. I would have liked to seen those two names get, if Carmelo gets further. But Javon, as you said, he should have been someone to go further, because at least these are two guys. They're younger, hungry.
They're black. Go ahead and say it. You can say it.
They're
They're
black.
black. You can
They're
say
black,
it.
and they get the opportunity to show off their talent wrestling John Cena. But realistically, I don't think we get there.
No, I don't think we will. At the end of the day, it's probably going to be Gunther, like all the reports have been saying. Like,
Yeah,
especially how they set it up with Javon and all that. Hopefully, the best thing I can hope for is Melo versus Gunther in the finals. That's what I'm hoping for.
yeah. And when I look at the list, there's really only two young names, and now, well, one young name that
I don't. Were either one of them even born when fucking when Cena debuted?
right.
Like seriously, like Melo can't be no more than like 25, 26.
Yeah, he can't be. There's
And
no way.
Javon was what? Javon's 2021. So like
Yeah, he's barely
neither one of them
21.
were alive.
Yeah, he's barely 21. Those
Yeah.
are names I would like to see, like, test John Cena. The rest of these guys, LA Knight is in his 40s. Jey Uso is close to 40s. Sheamus is closer to 50. Rusev is closer to 45. Finn Balor, closer to 45. Penta, closer to 40. Gunther, I'm pretty sure in his 30s. Jey Uso
But
in
that's
his
my
upper 30s.
and that's my thing too. Like you could have used this as a litmus test to see what they would do in these positions on the card. Because each match they got going forward is going to be someone that's a little higher up, like you said, on that mid card tier. So like
Yeah.
as they go through the tournament, it's almost like working your way up to be the Intercontinental Champion back in the day when it was the workhorse title. Like,
Yeah.
and you get to see them in different cities and in different crowds and see how they go up against these dudes that are established, like you said, established, older, upper middle card veterans who are right there. Like, so you can see if they stack up or not and how the crowd reacts to them. Like, it would have been a perfect measuring stick for that, which I'll give them a little bit of leeway because we don't know how it's going to go with Melo. But I definitely, in a perfect world, is Melo versus Gunther in the finals.
I would like that, but I gotta ask you, what do you think it is about Gunther that they want to have him in the finals if they go that route, if that happens?
He's a dominant champ that's handpicked by Triple H, stamped by Shawn Michaels, and no scandals or no BS attached to him. And he's really a stand-up guy. Like he didn't even want to leave England because he wanted to stay closer to his family and stuff. That's what took him so long to come over here. Like no scandals, always been a leader in the locker room and stuff and everything. And like it's somebody that Triple H brought up himself. So he has that dominant heel champion. And eventually you can turn him fucking face to it. He can still be like that tweener. Like that's what to me, that's what I thought they've always seen him. Like the Intercontinental title run, like cemented my thoughts for that. Like no one's had the belt that long since we were fucking kids.
Right?
And he's lost what, maybe like 5 to 10 matches, and he's been in the WWE for like 4 or 5 years now, almost.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that is during his, I believe, just main roster alone, I believe, he has been a champion for over 80% of his career on the main roster.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's literally lost maybe what 3 or 4 times in 5 years or 4 years. How long he's been up? 4 years he's been up, going on 4.
I mean, he retired Goldberg. He was Goldberg's last match. So there's something about him, and I think
And he's got that old school feel that I know Triple H loves because Nobody can tell me shit about Triple H. I love Triple H. That's my favorite wrestler of all time. He's the fucking GOAT to me. I don't care what anybody says. And like he just lines up with like Killer Kowalski and all those old dudes that train Triple H. But no knee pads and shit, fucking
Yeah.
tight ass black trunks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like beat the shit out of you, chops and kicks and shit, one power bomb, get the fuck up out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing I think that kind of why Triple H, or if it's Triple H, which I think it is kind of putting all his eggs in that basket.
And you're right, because Gunther resonates with old school fans.
Yeah,
Resonates with them. And I mean, we're those old school fans, I would say, I guess.
we are
For this
now, actually.
coming yeah, we are the old school fans now.
Once we hit 40, we're officially unks, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Never thought that day would come. Never thought
Right.
that day would come. But um there's something about Gunther that I think within the next few years, when we start seeing some of these other guys retire, I really think that they're lining up Gunther. I don't want to say the next big thing in WWE, but I think he's going to be the next big superstar that they create.
No, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like
You know,
literally,
I
that's it.
I think he's going to be the one who has like that Roman Reigns stature. Once he's like, because they've already had him be so dominant within the company on the main roster alone, 80%. Nobody else has a percentage like that. I mean, aside like not just a winning percentage, but holding a championship while on the main roster,
My
80%
bad.
or more.
This asshole was chewing on my microphone cord. So
Oh, wow.
it's,
Little cutie.
it's bonus,
Oh.
aka BoJ Simpson. But yeah, that's like, and let's be like, there are no streaks like that. Like no one has like WWE is notorious for being 50-50 on everybody. You never win in your hometown. You lose on your fucking birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like literally, like no, like name it. Like, look it up. Like literally, you should look it up and see. Like, no one has this type of record like this. Not in this era of wrestling. But
No,
really,
not
not
at
since
all.
John Cena's era, since the PG era on up. No one gets that.
No. And I think it'll be kind of interesting to see if Gunther gets to the finals and gets to John Cena. I think we know the outcome already of what
Right.
happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be a surprise to anybody
So
as
you
far
think
as
if it's
that
Gunther, you
goes.
think John Cena's then going to lose the title at Survivor Series?
I didn't even factor that in, that John Cena is facing Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series War Games. For some reason, I don't see them having him lose like his last two matches. For some reason, I think they're going to give him the Survivor Series win, and then he just goes one-on-one with Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship.
I say that's
If
why I
it's
don't think it
Gunther,
is,
but
because I think that's a step back for Gunther.
yeah,
What more could he do with the Intercontinental title? He's the longest reigning champ. Is it in
true.
history or just modern history? I think it might be history. He's the longest reigning champ.
Yeah, no, it's history.
Yeah. So I don't like. That's what kind of threw a monkey wrench and everything for me. Like as far as what I had set up. So like if John Cena wins, it's probably not going to be Gunther. If he wins the Survivor Series, I don't think it's going to be Gunther.
If he wins a Survivor Series, then who would you put as winning?
Mello, hopefully.
Okay. I would like Mello. If
Mello or Penta, which I know is never going to be Penta, but
yeah, I,
Penta's
I
one of my
think
favorite wrestlers. Like those are my dark horse picks.
I think Penta gets past Finn Balor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to happen.
I don't know what's going to happen after that for him though,
No,
because
I don't either because his style doesn't mesh with anybody else that's still in the tournament.
and that match, the winner gets Solo Sikoa.
Right.
And Sola definitely doesn't have a style that Penta, works.
And Solo beat Cena already, hasn't he? Am I making that up?
I don't think you're making that up.
I think he did beat him. Yeah,
Yeah. Now you got me wondering. I'm pretty positive he did get a win over him.
I'm almost here. Well, we got this thing called the internet where you can look things up.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Rusev versus Sheamus match will be good. But that's also like one of those. Now you start to eliminate more people who have history with him, where I feel like it shouldn't have been Sheamus. I feel like Sheamus and Rusev should have been more of like a semifinal.
Yeah, yeah, he did beat John Cena. He beat him in 2023 at the Crown Jewel.
Yeah. No shit.
Look at me knowing history and shit.
Yeah. I tend to forget about those crown jewels sometimes.
They're like they're one-offs. They're out of continuity, like in a comic
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. Like that's kind of why like I'm kind of curious how WrestleMania 43 is gonna go because like the way they've done crown jewels in the past, I'm just like, oh, well, this will be interesting. Like they got to follow some sort of storyline.
Yeah, and
Otherwise,
I
like,
like I know it's a like if you think, but like I'm not mad at these people for fucking getting that money, bro. Because just think, if my thing is like it could either go to wrestling or it could go to some like genocide shit or some shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Go to Al
right?
Qaeda. So let's us get some of that fucking money so it doesn't go somewhere bad.
And there's a lot of fans that were upset about that, like especially like with CM Punk and stuff. I wouldn't go over there for blah blah blah. And I sat there and I'm like, yes, you would. If someone's throwing you seven figures to go over there and wrestle a 10-minute match, dude, I'm ready.
And
Like,
yeah,
let's
if you were
go.
an independent contractor, still, yeah, you can make that decision. But when your job says we're moving somewhere, if you want your job still, this is where we're moving to. You're gonna fucking go.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not, you can protest all you want, but that's still your employer and your place of employment. So you gotta move.
Yeah. You know? So I'm just hoping, that WrestleMania 43 is top tier with, follows like whatever's gonna
I,
happen. You know what I
I wish
mean?
they would do like the women's matches somewhere else. Cause like the fucking full blown like t-shirt and fucking sweatshirt under thing and shit and all that, like I like it throws me off. Like that's the one thing that does make me not want to watch it. Like they're not showing they like some of their shit is kind of revealing, like Rhea Ripley. Now I get that, but like do it somewhere else. Like they've had WrestleMania shits at different places before at the same time. Do it somewhere
Yeah.
else where the women could be themselves. It's fucking WrestleMania. That's when you're supposed to have the dopest fucking gear, the dopest interest, and all that. And they got to come out like you're wearing your dad's t-shirt and shit when you were a kid. Like what the fuck?
Like I remember like I believe it was Tori during WWF Attitude, and then even Candice Michelle a couple of times had worn like the full bodysuits that like we're seeing over in Saudi Arabia and stuff, but like they can only customize their ring gear to so much of an extent in like one of those full body
Yeah,
sort of suits, and it's just like the men can go out there without problem, wear whatever they want basically, and it's not an issue. I mean, if you look at it, they're basically wrestling in underwear, you know.
yeah,
But obviously, they have an issue still when it comes to women and being revealing.
yeah. Like I
So
said, that's the only thing I don't get down with.
yeah, and that is it can be frustrating, especially because like I'm somebody who appreciates like the custom ring gear, like when they do like the
Me
Marvel
too.
spin-off with stuff like
Yeah,
that, and the
the
New
Easter eggs is
Day.
like my favorite part.
Yeah,
Like being able to point out to people, like, because like my friends never really watch, but they do watch WrestleMania, like Royal Rumble and shit, and then me getting to point out stuff that a normal person wouldn't see because I'm a comic book fucking nerd too, on top of everything. So,
right.
like, yeah, that's like I said, that's one of the best parts. The gear, the interest is like having the live band play your fucking interest music and shit and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, yeah, I hate that shit. Them wearing the fucking wetsuits and shit.
Yeah, and that's like one of my favorite things, especially because like after like if you play like the video games and stuff, you can go on WWE 2K and like download like the custom gears and stuff like
Yeah,
that and set it to the superstars and stuff. And like, you know, guys like Penta always do a phenomenal job when it comes to
yeah.
like, you know, the special gear and everything. And do you think, you know, I actually now that I brought it up, you know, we saw on Monday Rey Mysterio actually had the "You Can't See Me" patch logo, Cena's logo on his ring gear. Do you
Hmm.
think we get anything sort of special out of Penta? Because he does a phenomenal job when he does gear.
Not really, because I don't think he has much history with Cena.
Yeah,
I think he'll probably have some dope gear. Like I met him and Ray Phoenix a couple years ago here at Rockstar Pro Wrestling, and like he literally had like 10 different fucking masks and shit in his bag and stuff. So like, yeah, like I don't think it'll be anything like Cena Central, but he'll pull something out for sure.
yeah. You know, so I'm excited for the matches tomorrow. I know who I want to win, and the biggest one that I can see where we get a swerve, where we get one of these younger guys past the opening round is Carmelo.
Yeah,
And even
because
then, like,
even with the Finn and fucking Penta, like it's such a toss up because of the Judgment Day, will they, won't they, like in and out bullshit. So it's like I can see it going either way. Like I can see Penta winning because the Judgment Day fucked up, or see Finn winning because the Judgment Day got involved. You know what I'm saying? So like either way, it's like Penta and Melo are our only hope. Even though shit, never mind. Penta's fucking damn near 42. So
yeah,
yeah, it's
he's right
just
up there with
Melo's our
us.
only. Yeah, Melo's like our only fucking hope of getting some fresh shit in there.
And I actually just thought about this. What if we see the Miz cost Mello?
That's what I'm saying. Like there's so many fucking toss ups with that.
I just kind of thought about that because like he's still kind of feuding with the Miz. It's like what if the Miz
But
gets
it's
involved with this
but
with
it's
Carmelo and
who's
Bronson?
I like I said, I don't watch SmackDown a lot, but who's the heel in there? Is it Miz or is it Melo? Because I remember Melo like turning his back kind of on Miz and like
Yeah,
stepping out of shit. So like
it's
who's
it's
the
more it's more of the Miz, I would say.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of fucking variables.
Like I feel like I feel like they still kind of got like Carmelo as like an in between. Like he can be good or bad right now. And I think in this situation with this match, they're going to have him more of the good guy against Bronson Reed, and fans are going to be cheering for Carmelo because no one wants to see Bronson go.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of variables really against Carmelo because Bronson has backup.
Yeah.
Carmelo's also feuding against the Miz. Like it I
That's
don't
the thing.
want
The
to think.
war games piece is what gives me pause to cause in favor of Melo because like you
Yeah,
said, it's too close to fucking war games. You know they're all gonna be in the building because it's the go home. It's the go. No, war games is next week, ain't it? Yeah, it's next Saturday.
yeah. It's the
So we got
29th.
another
Yeah,
SmackDown. See, that's another thing too. Now, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were closer to that. So that's another thing. It's not really on top of War Games yet.
yeah. No, this weekend is AEW Full Gear.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, which Justin went to Dynamite, and then he's going to Full Gear also.
I haven't been to an AEW show yet. I'm gonna try and catch it next time they come to Cincy.
You know what? I will say this. I've been to a couple, and the wrestling is always phenomenal. There's no question about it.
Right.
It's always great wrestling. Um, I just wish like fans were more receptive to it, but I feel like wrestling overall, everything's kind of down. I don't know, like if we're like because we get into the holidays, the holiday seasons, or I mean WWE's case right now, we're talking about this tournament, and we're the old guys now.
Mhm.
Uh, we're that old we're the older fans. We're kind of not exactly happy,
Yeah.
you know, um, and I think that's an issue, that WWE faces compared to other sports.
Right.
NFL, you have the sport, everything is like team organized in this and that. Here we have an array of things that are different. Like the NFL doesn't have storylines where WWE does. If our team doesn't give us what we want, like the New York Giants, the Buffalo Bills, yeah, and they lose and we're mad. WWE, it's a whole different like path for a win-loss is as far as stuff like that goes. There's twists and turns and all sorts of different, so. And the thing is as wrestling fans, we're always going to be our own worst enemies. And this tournament is a perfect example because when John Cena said there's going to be people from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, there's going to be people who are like, surprise mystery opponents and things like that. Fans instantly started jumping to names like Chris Jericho because they know that, he hasn't been wrestling in AEW and that at some point his contract is up. Yeah. But, Tony Khan revealed, it's not up to the end of the year. It's not going to happen. People instantly thought Edge, and we had hope because he's, went off to do season 3 of that TV show on Sci-Fi, and then he's filming a movie, so fans had hope. I feel like we do it to ourselves a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. We did it towards none of those things were realistic in any way, shape, or form.
And then
the Jericho one, maybe. There was a slight chance because his contract is up in like a month or some shit. But the rest of that shit, there was no chance in hell fucking they're going to let Edge, who's one of their bigger stars and bigger baby faces, and somebody that they signed away from WWE and everything, like, why would they let him go back? Like,
yeah.
And like I said, at this point, their relationship is so contentious. Like, there's no back and forth. They're going to help each other. Like, it's not happening. Like you said, we did this to ourselves, and it's also too like even with the John Cena shit, Turner Hill, every time they give us what we want, we bitch and fucking complain about it and shit on it, and then we wonder why they don't give us what they want, or it takes them. They're always a day late, finally giving us what we want with things because every time they try and do it, we fucking shit on it.
Yeah, and that heel run just felt like we all wanted the heel run, right? Like I wanted it, I wanted to see it. But it felt way too forced. Like,
yeah, The Rock. They should have never included The Rock and Travis Scott and all that dumb shit, and then completely abandoned it.
Yeah, that like off into the abyss, never to be talked about again.
Yeah, like that was like if they had kept them involved, I think we would have got a little bit more out of it, and they might have been able to turn the page. But completely just like making them fucking disappear. Like Travis Scott literally fucking busted fucking Cody Rhodes' eardrum and shit. Like, why was there no get back or anything? Like,
yeah, there was. It was just one of those false things that you're not mad, you're just disappointed at this point.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it, and that's almost how I feel about this tournament. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm not, honestly. Like I said, like, because there's so many other ways they could have fucked this up. Like, I'm not mad at the tournament. I would have felt better about it if John Cena really was like the fucking commissioner, like acting like NCAA commissioner and shit, like pulling the fucking names out of hat. We had a fucking first to get in, all that type of shit like that, like a real like March Madness type fucking bracket for it. And he's picking. We have the NXT side, Raw side, SmackDown side, independent or like surprise, or you know what I'm saying, people that aren't really signed. Like, that would have been fucking dope to me if they like, if you're gonna do the tournament, go full fucking force with the tournament. And then we have the finals is a person from NXT, person from SmackDown, person from Raw, and then a person that's not signed or not affiliated with the company. Boom, there you go.
Right. And I want to add to that because I really like that idea. I would say, how like they have the WWE ID and they have WWE Evolve?
Yeah.
Hear me out on this. Take 10 men from WWE ID. Take 10 men from WWE Evolve. And I know that they used mostly Raw and SmackDown for the tournament because that's all they used for the shows.
Right.
Have a battle royal with the 10 and 10. The winner of the battle royal gets into the tournament and have it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's how the NCAA is, first to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to win this, a play-in to get into the play-in. Like, or They should have did Raw versus SmackDown, and then NXT versus Evolve and the ID guys.
Yeah.
And then that way you get a legit person that went through the gauntlet to fucking get there.
Yeah, and you can and then at the end you seemingly just have a younger generation versus the older generation for the finals and go from there.
And then you get what
And
John Cena promised.
yeah. And I also want to know how much say John Cena had in these names that are in the tournament now, or that, and the ones that were eliminated.
I think he had a pretty big hand in it because, like I said, it's all the people that he had real, not just so much that he had history with, but it's all people he had moments with. Sheamus beat him for the title. He's the youngest champion in history. Rusev and him feuded over the fucking U.S. title. Rusev came to the fucking ring in a tank and shit.
Yeah.
The Miz actually beat him at WrestleMania. And I think the young guys that he picked were the guys that he liked.
I agree with that. I agree
Because
with that.
the younger dudes like Melo and Giovanna, it's not like they're NXT champions or like these guys are like even mid carders. Like they're still coming up. Penta too, and Finn. They're both like low level mid card guys. Like I think it was the guys that I think they probably gave him a pool of young guys and a pool of veterans to pick who he wants. And I think he was picking people that we could probably have a dope match with. Because honestly, everybody in the tournament, he's had great matches with. Like as much as Cena fucking sucks in the five moves of doom and all that shit, he's actually had bangers with everybody that's in the tournament except for the younger guys, the Penta, the Finn, Gunther, Javon, and Mello. Like those, like half the tournament he's had bangers with, and I think the other half was people that he thought or that he thinks he can have a banger with.
Oh, I'd love to see him against Javon. That'd be an amazing match.
Yeah, that would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Because too, like I love that Javon's not as small as you think he is. Like he's actually a big fucking him and Dom both are actually like even Dom, like I knew Dom was bigger, but when he's fucking eye to eye with Cena, maybe even a little bit taller than Cena, Cena had him orthopedics on. Like they're bigger than what you think they are, which to me I think is also too why they're kind of behind him because they're not the little shrimp guys, so it don't like even with Melo, I think like that's Melo's biggest holdback is he's fucking like 5'10, 5'11, but he still has that it and that charisma that can kind of overcome that. But that's the thing that I like that, and I think that they like too, is that they're both. You can see them going against like Gunther and all these bigger dudes, and it not look like think like, come on, bro. Like with Ray, like we love Ray, but some of that shit, like I beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio, bro. I choked the fuck out of his little ass. Bro. I Bam Bam like when Bam Bam Bigelow threw fucking Spike Dudley in the crowd, like I would do that to Ray's little ass, bro. 5'4", 120 pounds, bro. I smoked that motherfucker, bro.
They're like, in the WCW World War III when the Giant picked him up with one hand and just tossed him
literally
top rope.
Yes, exactly. It's like picking up one of my little brother or some shit, bro.
So, outside of the tournament, we've been seeing John Cena wrestle as many dates as they've had him on. What have you thought of like his matches, especially like with guys like AJ Styles, going on his way out that he's had?
I think they're some of the best matches that he's had, honestly. Because I think a lot of it is he's free. He knows it's over. So he can let it all hang out. He can try shit he wanted to try. To me, my favorite match is the one versus him and Logan Paul. All the shit they did, I know it's a fucking spot fest, but it showed how good Logan Paul really is, and it showed that John Cena still has it if he wants to and could keep going if he has to, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah. And he's got more than the 5 moves of doom this time around.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love watching him hit like all these new moves he hasn't done before, and watching him pay homage to those that he's not going to be able to wrestle, like seeing him do like Baron Corbin's finishing move, seeing him do like Edge's stuff. It's been so cool. It's been so cool to watch him do that. And man, I don't know. Like it's gonna be weird when December 13th hits, Saturday Night Main Event, when that final match happens. It's gonna be a weird moment.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel, honestly. Like I said, because like we said in the beginning, like I never liked him, but I appreciate him and I know what he meant to the sport.
Yeah.
And to a whole era and to a whole fucking generation of kids. You know what I'm saying? Like Hulk Hogan. Like I don't fuck with Terry, but I know Terry's one of the reasons why I watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so, like I don't know how I'm gonna feel either. Like I know when Triple H was done, like it was. I had to take a couple days off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like
Right.
I said, like I don't know. Like I'm interested too to see how I feel when it's said and done.
And I'll admit, I was not a Cena fan either. He was as like I compare him to the popularity of Hulk Hogan, but I was a kid when Hulk Hogan was wrestling, so like Hulk Hogan was like the biggest thing in the world to me.
Yeah,
Now I'm viewing it as an adult watching someone with like more popularity than Hogan in pro wrestling, I would say.
yeah. And
And as
people don't
an
want to admit that, but it's true because of the internet and
and
how widespread wrestling can get. Like people like I've argued with a couple like, no way. I'm like, yes, he is. Like he may
yeah,
not have maybe he didn't have the cultural effect, as big a cultural effect as Hogan did, but there was no fucking Twitter, there was no fucking WWE network. Like Cena's reach is far greater than Hogan's ever was.
yeah. And uh for you know, Cena has just been out of this world, and he's still doing make a wishes, and he did make a wishes after Monday Night Raw. He did
Yeah.
more. He's the most requested. He's done the most make a wish. I hope he
No one's ever
continues
gonna
doing
break
that.
that record. I
Nah,
said no one's
I
ever gonna break that record.
nah, I hope he continues doing it. To be honest with you, I hope he continues doing the make a wish stuff, especially considering he's still the most requested person for kids with
Think about
make a
that.
wish.
The most requested person, not throw him in somewhere like, hey, John Cena go. No. Requesting. These are kids that are terminally ill, like could die or will die and all that. Like, and the last person in the world they want to meet and who they want to meet the most is John fucking Cena.
Yeah. So it
That's all.
says a lot of
That's why I don't even want to argue with people that like, bro, what kids what kids about to die? Like, let's see Hogan. No, motherfucker, they want to see Cena.
yeah, because in Hogan's day he wasn't the most requested.
No,
You know,
it was
and
like
so
fucking Night Kip and Knight Rider and shit. David Hasselhoff and shit, bro. I'm not even joking. Like I swear.
so the fact that it's the fact that Cena has that and has broken that record, and all the things he has done, not just for pro wrestling but outside of pro wrestling, mentioning that it's incredible. So uh, I don't know how I'm going to feel, because like I said, as an adult, I felt differently about who, you know, that generation's, most popular wrestler was.
Right.
And I felt different as an adult because like here this guy is catering to kids and this and that. And I'm like, well, I'm an adult. This guy doesn't do shit for me,
Nothing
you
at
know?
all.
And, now I know how my parents felt when fucking Hulk Hogan was on TV. Now
Yeah.
I know how they felt, because they're like, I'm an adult watching this guy. Like, I don't care. But, look at my 5-year-old son. He's going crazy.
My nephew, I got this is when I knew like this shit. Not when I knew, but like when cemented. My brother and sister-in-law got me tickets to SmackDown last summer or the summer before, I guess. And
Yeah.
my nephew's getting into wrestling now, right? They got us to meet and greet shit and everything like that, full blown, like because it was like them thanking me for some stuff and me taking my nephew. Like they were hyped to do it. Like I appreciate it. Did the meet and greet. Found out Rey Mysterio wasn't there. He's head to toe in John Cena gear with a Rey Mysterio mask on. Those are his two favorite rappers. Then he finds out the show's going on. First, the pyro scares the shit out of him, tosses popcorn at everyone, the lady in front of us. They all loved it though. And then all this stuff going on. We're like 30 minutes into the show. He was like, hey, I forgot to ask you, Uncle. Is John Cena going to be here? I was like, nah, buddy. He don't really wrestle like that. He was like, oh, I thought we came to wrestling to see John Cena. I was like, no, we just came to wrestling to see the show. He was like, so John Cena's not here and Rey Mysterio, because Ray had just got hurt. So he's like, and Rey Mysterio's not wrestling tonight? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm calling my mom to come get us. And he did. She came and got us, bro. I was like, fuck it, I'll leave too, man. Fuck it. I understand
Wow.
that. Bro,
Yeah.
he was 6 years old. He was like, so you mean to tell me Rey Mysterio and John Cena ain't fucking here? He was like, it's time for us to fucking go. And this is a 6-year-old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I couldn't make
Wow.
this shit up, man.
Man,
I
Eddie.
left with him. I was like, you know what, man? Fuck it, man. Let's ride.
Wow. Crazy. My parents would have made me sit there and watch the whole damn show.
Oh, if I had paid for it, I would have let him leave on his own. Like, hey, bro, come pick this motherfucker up at the door. But I didn't pay for it, so I was like, fuck it.
Right? Oh wow. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we were at the Nutter Center here in Ohio at Dayton, and so we were like a couple 100 feet away from the stage and stuff. And like, they don't do the actual like pyro. They just do like the cannon thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Scared the fuck out of him, bro.
yeah.
I knew he was done after that. Like, I was like, well, wait, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna get over. Maybe no Cena, no Ray, and they made me about shit my pants with that fucking cannon. Like, let's get out of
here. Oh God, that's great. So, if they didn't do this last time is now tournament, how would you have handled John Cena's retirement match? Like if they
I
didn't
would
do
have
any
went.
of this,
I would have went pedal to the metal on his heel turn.
yeah,
I would have just leaned into it.
had him retire as a heel.
Yeah, or do a turn in the match.
I like that. I
Because
like
if you
that a
had,
lot.
because people were, his whole career, they've been iffy. We've been iffy on let's go Cena, Cena sucks. So if you went balls to the wall on the heel shit, you would have got that, and it would have been the perfect nostalgia fucking tour of John Cena back. Because some people would have loved it eventually, and some people would have hated it. So we would have been right back where we were with Cena to begin with. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks, all the way
Yeah,
to the end where you do the turn, and then he gets the love and adoration and shit and everything, and rides off into the sunset.
that would have been perfect.
That's it.
But as I always say, WWE is gonna WWE,
Always.
and WWE this.
Always.
And
Always.
and you know, fans, we have two matches to finish out the opening round of the Last Time Is Now tournament on Friday with Carmelo Hayes taking on Bronson Reed and Finn Balor taking on Penta on SmackDown. And then after that, we will start the quarterfinals, which we see Rusev versus Sheamus, Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Gunther will take on the winner of Bronson Reed and Carmelo Hayes, and Solo Sikoa will take on the winner of Finn and Penta.
Is that like set up for real, or is that
That's
speculation?
that's the
Oh,
setup.
okay. Okay, I haven't seen the bracket yet because at the first round of them they didn't have a bracket out. I
They
kept
still
checking
don't.
WWE.
They basically still don't have a bracket, but that's how it's
Oh,
been
okay,
figured. That's how it's gonna. That's how it's going.
gotcha.
And I think that's to take because if you look at it, if I look at it from that perspective, Penta's the face. Penta's gonna go against Solo.
Yeah,
Uh, you really have like a heel and a tweener when it comes to Carmelo and Bronson, and that's why like that's why I'm leaning towards Hayes because Bronson's heel, and then you got Gunther who's a heel. That ain't gonna
yeah,
work. WWE don't like doing heel versus heel stuff,
which
and I
is
don't know
crazy to
why
me. Like,
either.
yeah, I'm like, that's the thing I hate about that shit too. Like, bro, two dickheads can get in a fight and it's okay, and you
Yeah,
just pick the least big asshole in the fight. Like, it's like it happens in the real world all the time. Bad people go against bad people all the time.
yeah,
Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Fucking hitman, like it happens.
yeah. You know, for some reason they're afraid to do that, and I just don't understand it. Like
I never understood that.
you can totally blur the lines with heel versus heel and face versus face. There's no reason to
Yeah.
have. There's no reason that you got to have it always be a good guy versus a bad guy. It's just that doesn't make sense to me.
No, and
So
in the midst of the match, you're gonna see who the face is anyway,
yeah,
because the crowd's gonna get behind somebody.
Yeah, the crowd's going to cheer for somebody in that
Yeah.
circumstance. Um, so that's the setup for the quarterfinals, and then uh, from there, Sheamus will take on the winner of Jey Uso and LA Knight, I believe, and then whoever wins those two matches, and then I believe it's the two matches, the matches from SmackDown will face each other. So kind of like a Raw and SmackDown thing.
Yeah.
Seemingly is what's left because that there's no
Right.
NXT now. The one NXT person we had is gone,
Right.
and the two mystery opponents are gone. Like this is the other thing. This is the last gripe I have that I'll talk about this tournament. How is it that you tease two mystery opponents, but you can't have one of the mystery opponents move on? I know we've talked like they're not in the company actually or anything like that, but like they were in the company. They have a lot, they have history with John Cena. It just would have made sense to have one of those surprises move on.
But again, you already said it. WWE is gonna WWE.
Yeah, they're going to WWE, and they did. They WWE the whole thing for me.
If it makes too much sense, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, the more logical it is, they're like, no, we have to go right now. We're going left.
Yeah.
It's just
What if instead of we turned left, we went right, jumped over that barbed wire fence, ran through a campfire, and then walked through wet cement? Maybe we do go that route. They always do. Like I said, like it's not even that I'm a cynical wrestling fan anymore. It's just I'm not gonna let them get my hopes up for me to be mad and not enjoy watching the sport that I love, maybe the most out of any entertainment form.
yeah, seriously. Like I said, I watch fans on the internet, going for like ridiculous names. I mean, Alberto Del Rio was one of the names I saw at one point too that fans were hoping were going to be in the tournament.
Which I mean, that one was more realistic than any of them because he was AAA and shit or whatever. Like if
Yeah.
any of them, like I know it sucks, like that's probably the most realistic one out of all of them.
And like if you look back through Cena's history, there's not a lot of people that you could go and pick that, had those monumental moments. Some of them can't wrestle anymore and they're just retired.
Yep.
Some of them don't, Then there's guys like The Rock, that's not happening. And then you just kind of, you're kind of left with okay, well, who was like on the younger side that he wrestled while here that we could, call?
Sheamus. That's it. I mean, Sheamus and Rusev. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Because remember,
they're not
Sheamus
even that
was
young.
the youngest. Yeah, well, at the time they were, like you said, who was young back then? It was Sheamus. He was the youngest champion of in history.
Yeah. Because Zack Ryder's close to 40. Dolph Ziggler, I believe the same thing. He's either 39
Yeah,
or
he's
40
mid
already.
for it. I think he's mid for it. I think he's a little bit older than us.
So, granted that those guys are older, they were younger when they worked with Cena and stuff. It just, there's no one for them to like really, reach out to.
Yeah. No, there isn't.
So I think Ryder and Ziggler were good picks, but again, they should have been swapped on the days they wrestled. It would have helped. It would have helped Ryder get more of a pop if he was in Madison Square Garden. But hey, Ziggler had a hell of a pop. I'm not going to knock it. I thought he did great. It was a great match, but I don't know. I didn't want Solo. I thought Ziggler. If it was either going to be Ziggler or Ryder to get the W to move on to the quarterfinals, I'd say Ziggler, honestly. And if you know me, I'm a huge Zack Ryder fan. Matt Cardona, big fan.
Yeah.
But Ziggler, had the better pop. And that's where I would see him moving on. But they didn't do that. And that kind of sucks.
Mm-mm.
So, well, fans, I hope that while listening and or watching, you have taken our thoughts in, considered everything we brought up, and you'll be able to comment in the comment section on Facebook at facebook.com/perched on the top rope. You'll be able to comment on Instagram. It's Perched on the Top Rope Podcast, and on X at Perch Top Rope. You'll be able to comment. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think of the Last Time Is Now tournament. How has WWE handled it in your eyes? We want to hear from you in the comment section, so let us know. You'll also be able to comment on YouTube at youtube.com/perched on the top rope. And fans, from our end and myself, we want you to remember, spoiler freeze the way to be. And WWE is going to WWE. We're out.